Um, yeah, I think we stopped twice now. I wouldn't be surprised if the government is part of it too, because of the good work we're doing. All right. All right. Well, let's just all sit with that for a second, you know? uh, well, fuck, man. And we were doing so good. The second one was kind of, but the rest of them have been good. We should have lowered our expectations for this week. Are we, is this for sure going now? Am I going? Feels like it's going to work again? No?
Feels like it's going to again.
Yeah?
Feels really good.
I'm mad at God. Still working? All right. Not really. All right. So, I just had some songs I wanted to play, so I'm just gonna get back onto this shit I was wanting to do. This is I just like this one. I started making this music up a shit long time ago, and then after I got divorced and joined that band, I just made these words. In my mind, it's like water and flowers in the rain, which I got from Chad Staley. Sounded like overdoing it, which is what we like to do out here on the road or here at home in our practice places. I come down here and rehearse. There was a time when I was working with Elvis. Nobody ever believes a word I tell them, but it's true. Everywhere he went, well, I went too. He always knew what to do till he overdid it. Water and flowers in the pouring rain, pouring over memories to an old refrain on the head of a pen in a hurricane. We started falling out of each other's lives when his wife left him and then mine left me too. I've always tried not to talk so much, but I still do. The next thing I knew, I was singing in this new band, and we were watering flowers in the pouring rain, pouring over memory to an old refrain on the head of a pen in a hurricane. Water and flowers in the pouring rain, pouring over memories to an old refrain on the head of a pen in a hurricane. Oh, good. I like that. That was Elvis, old roadie I had, buddy. When I met him, I asked him if he could roll a joint. He said, on the head of a pin in the fucking hurricane, I can roll a joint. And we said, you're hired, boy. Rumble your man. I made this up on the piano too. Out of nowhere, I just sat down and sang all these words and then thought, why, there's just, what, you know? It was just like in one swoop. I said, credit complications in the checkout line. Well, it's gonna be an awkward situation almost every time. They're gonna leave your card behind and they're gonna keep your groceries too. Yeah, they do. You tried telling everybody it was just a mistake, but you can tell they don't believe that's true. It's written all over you when you're broke. I hung my head down as I walked out that door. I'm never ever going back to that store. They treated me like a bum in front of everyone behind me in line. It was all my friends and neighbors that was looking at me like I'd committed some kind of crime. I guess you ain't worth a dime when you're broke. Why, if I had money like I did in my day, just out of spite, I think I would give it away. I thought it wasn't supposed to matter anyway, and the more I thought, the madder I got. By the time I got home, man, I was seeing red. I grabbed that gun about from under my bed. I put a sock on my head and into the night I flew, away I flew. The next thing I know, I got blood on my hands, but I got money in my pockets too. You never know what you'll do until you do what you do when you're broke. Why, if I had money like I did in my day, I would drive a car and drive us far away. Of course, you know I've got this debt to pay to society. Honey, wait for me. With good behavior, I'll be out in 7 years. Don't worry over me or shed any tears. I've learned a lot in here, and I know what a chance I blew. The next time I won't make the same mistake. No, I'll shoot that camera out too. I'm learning all kinds of things that you can do when you're broke. When you're broke. When you're broke. When you're broke. You're broke. On my first album, first live album anyway, I talk about that kid from Canada who heard this song and thought it, what was it? Supported guns and violence. And, well, at first I thought, fuck, who cares? Australia, when am I going, right? Fuck that kid. But then after a careful rethinking of the lyrical portions of this song, I came up with this part where I say, don't shoot guns, don't shoot violence, don't shoot guns and don't be violent. Don't shoot guns, don't shoot violence, don't shoot guns, don't be violent. Don't be violent, don't shoot guns, don't be violent. Hey-la-de ding dong, a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, boom ba-da, ling-a-ling-a-ling. The Australian version, mate. Then, let's see. I was also wanting to do this one with my bare fingers. I made this up with Peter Cooper, one of my great friends. In fact, if you're looking for a folk singer and you don't already have Peter Cooper's records, man. There's only two kinds of people as far as I can tell. The terminally ill and the worried well. Every time I've tried to climb out of a wishing well, I only ever made it high enough to hurt when I fell. Well, did you ever wonder? Of course you did. I've always wondered how you kept it all so well hid. I've held my heart wide open since I was a kid. I've got a lot of love, I got a ton of it. Always inches from my ankles when he runs out of chain. My neighbor's dog knows I know how to drive him insane. I like to give him a little taste of what I'm feeling all day. Always chasing after something slightly too far away. You think you're down to nothing, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm down and out to just about as nothing as it gets. I'm working all day, every day to pay my debts. I need a lot of love, I need a ton of it. I got a lot of love. I need a ton of. My old man was always such a bunch of reckless fools. He lived by his own set of not so golden rules. The kind of show-off that hated a show-off's guts. I've always figured, well, that must be what's driving me nuts. 'Cause I got a lot of love. Oh, I need a lot of love. I want a 6-foot tombstone, 2 feet thick, with the words engraved. I tried to tell you all I was sick, so you will know that I was right when you go walking on past. You tried to tell me I was well, but look who's laughing last. Well, did you ever wonder? Of course you did. I've always wondered how you kept it all so well hid. I have my heart wide open since I was a kid. I got a lot of love, I need a ton of it. I got a lot of love. I got a ton of love for you, baby. I haven't played that in a long time. It's nice to play like that. Okay, this is, I'm getting into this. Are we still on camera? It was fun. Boy, those 2 songs that blanked out, though, that was 2 of my best performances of my entire life, by a mile. Remember when I did the thing with the guitar? Practiced all week. Well, there, Humpers. Oh, Todd, you're so funny. This song, just to follow, like one time, see, I know all Chris Christopherson's songs, and then I met his ex-wife Rita Coolidge through Mike Utley. She introduced me to her daughter Casey. Casey and I stayed friends, still friends. I talked to her just not very long ago at all. Casey, if you're watching, her dad had my first album, and she told me he listened to it. And then I was playing in Reno one afternoon. I was sitting there, the venue and the place I was playing were together, and I see a guy across the hotel on his balcony, and then I'm like, that looks like Chris Christopherson. That guy thinks he's Chris Christopherson. and then like an hour later, there was a knock on my door. Who is it? Chris Christopherson. Name drop. So I don't care. So check this out. we started drinking wine and smoking some weed. And he played this song for me. I'm not shitting you. I shit you not. He tried to look like he had a little bit of money, a grifter with a southern drawl. Well, I could tell right away by the way that he was running, that boy, you're just begging to crawl. At least the junkie knows what he needs. You get a man all strung out on his own greed, and he'll give up everything he's got for just one shot at having it all. He'd taken every last cent of his savings on a trip down the local track. He had a tip from a friend, put it all down to win on a horse named Heart Attack. Well, now he ain't no fool, boy. He didn't bet at all. Everything was cool when that horse took a fall, but then he turned around and blew the rest trying to win it back. He wanted easy money, sad but true. Everybody want the most they can possibly get for the least they can possibly do. They want that easy money. Oh Lord, I don't understand. If people scheming, they plan, but they can't get their hand on none of that easy money. She'd been watching him from her table, not too soft, not too tough. Well, she figured by the money that he'd been throwing around, he was damn sure good looking enough. So she worked her way over, shot him a wink, he took his last $5, bought her a drink. By the time they hit a Motel 6, they figured they was in love. He said, baby, I love you, got that easy money. Oh Lord, it's sad, but it's true. Everybody wants the most they can possibly get for the least they can possibly do. They want that easy money. Oh Lord, I don't understand. If people scheming, they plan, but they can't get their hand on none of that easy money. Oh, look out now. Must have been about 2 weeks later, they get a call from one of his business friends. Found a surefire steal of a big old investment deal in Dumpling. He said, would you believe this? That man gonna let both of us in. So they took all the savings out of the bank. On the way home they stopped to gas up her tank. She stepped in for some cigs. She never saw that fucker again. She wanted easy money. Oh Lord, it's sad, but it's true. Everybody wants the most they could possibly get for the least they can possibly do. They want that easy money. I don't understand. If people scheming, they plan, Lord, they can't get their hand on none of that easy money. If people scheming, they plan, but they can't get their hand on no easy money. I can't stop. Way to stay with me, fellas. And then, And then that same afternoon, I played this song for him. Nobody believes half the shit I say. It was wintertime in Nashville, down on Music City Road. I was looking for a place to get myself out of the cold. Fight the frozen feeling, 'cause eating in my soul. Keep the chilly wind off my guitar. My thirsty wanted whiskey, my hungry needed beans. But it had been at least a month of payday since I had heard that eagle scream. So with a pocket full of nothing, a head full of dreams, I shook my pride and I stepped inside of a bar. Well, it was more like a tavern. Cigarette smoke to the ceiling, sawdust on the floor. I could see there was just one old man sitting in the bar. And in the mirror, I could see him checking me out, and he was checking out my guitar. He said, "Come up here, boy. Show us who you are." I said, "I'm dry." So he bought me a beer. He looked at my guitar. He said, "You ain't making any money, are you?" I said, "Shit, man, you've been reading my mail." He said, "Let me see that guitar, kid. I got something you ought to hear." And then he laid it on me. If you waste your time talking to the people who don't listen to the things that you are saying, who do you think's gonna hear? And if you should die explaining how the things that they complain about are things that could be changing, who do you think's gonna care? There was other lonely singers in a world turned deaf and blind, who were cruising 5 they tried to show. Their voices have been scattered by the swirling wind of time, because the truth remains that no one wants to know. Well, the old man, he was that stranger, but I had heard that song before. Back when failure had me locked out on the wrong side of the door. When nothing stood beside me but except for my shadow on the floor. I'll tell you something, man. Loneliness is more than just a state of mind. See, the devil will haunt the hungry man. If you don't want to beat him, you're going to have to join him. I ain't saying that I beat the devil, but I drank his beer for nothing. Then I stole his fucking song. And you still can hear me singing to people who don't listen to the things that I am saying, praying someone's gonna hear. And I guess I'll die explaining how the things that we complain about are things we could be changing, hoping someone's gonna care. I was born a lonely singer, and I'm bound to die the same, 'cause I've got to feed this hunger in my soul. And if I never have a nickel, I will never die ashamed, because I don't believe that no one wants to know. Oh, no, I don't believe it. Kent Finley played me that song many, many years ago, the first night we met. And Kent Finley has a record that is out right now. First record he ever made. We made it in '96, man. It's, I forget what it's called, but it's got a red cover. I'm the producer. It's the him with the Nervous Rex doing all his best songs. He's the one who explained Chris Christopherson to me. I'll tell you what, let's do. If it sounds country, that's what it is. It's a country song. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, heading for the trains, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just right before it rained. She took us all the way to New Orleans. Well, I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana, and I was blowing sad while Bobby sang the blues. With that windshield wiper slapping time and Bobby clapping hands, we finally sang up every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, low, and Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the coal mines of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Standing right beside me, Lord, to everything I've done. And every night she kept me from the cold. Well, in some witness, Salinas, Lord, I let her slip away, looking for that home and the hope she'd find. Well, I would trade all my tomorrows for one single yesterday, just to hold in Bobby's body close to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing left was all she left of me. Feeling good was easy, low, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. La da da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da da, me and Bobby McGee. La da da, la da da, la da da da, la da da da, me and Bobby McGee. Christopherson wrote that, and well, of course you know that. Roger Miller cut it first, though, and then Janis Joplin recorded it, and then that's how I think Chris. Well, Chris was already a singer; he'd had like a couple records, and then he went to. He was playing in Chicago. Steve Goodman opened for him, and he loved Steve Goodman. Steve Goodman said, "You have to meet my friend John Prine." Then he went over to the bar and saw John play and took them both to New York. Got them both record contracts. What a good guy. Fucking good guy. Also, I was going to say before I get too far, my friend Will Kimbrough is doing, he's putting out a ton of his songs and stuff on the computer. This one I'm gonna send out to all my East Side friends. We got hit by a tornado right before the Miley Cyrus virus hit everybody, and we're just getting on our feet. Please come see us. Please, when you can get out and spend some money, we could really use our bartenders and our little shops around here. We have had a tough winter, but we are coming out ready for tomatoes. So, to my friends at the East Nashville Inn and all these Grimy lost that club. They're rebuilding that. That guy started this whole neighborhood, Mike Grimes. Him and a cat named Skip Blitz. Skip would hold court at the Slow Bar where Mike was the bartender. Smoking on black Cadillac, the engine's winding down. Park it up on the sidewalk, like he'd own the whole damn town. I hear him talking to some chick through a thick ghost of smoke, through a thicker haze of southern, a comfort and cold. Say, girl, you're hotter than hinges hanging off the gates of hell. Don't be afraid to turn to me, babe, if he don't treat you well. By he meant me, so I laughed and I shook his head. He laughed a little bit louder as he would yell up at that band to play a train song. Pour me one more round, make him leave my boots on the day they lay me down. I'm a runaway locomotive, I'm out of my one-track mind. I'm looking for any kind of trouble that I can't find. Got this old black leather jacket, got this pack of Marlboro Red. I got a stash here in my pocket, I've got these thoughts in my own head. The right to run until I've got to walk, until I've got to crawl. I've got this moment that I'm in right now and nothing else at all. Play train song, pour me one more round, make 'em leave my boots on the day they lay me down. I'm a runaway locomotive out of my one-track mind. In the television blizzard light, looking around this place, kind of cold there on the sofa, a little smile across his face. And though I try to love my sadness, you know I still have never wept for a man who looked to me like he died laughing in his sleep, singing a train song. Pour me one more round, made him leave his boots on the day they laid him down. He was a runaway, a locomotive, he was out of his one-track mind. I play a train song, play a train song, play a train song. Yeah. Nice. You know, when they opened the 5 spot, they took a lot of stuff from Skip's house, and then feel like missing you today. Sometimes I just to get this way. Seems like everything I see brings back another memory. Feel like missing you today. You're never too far from my mind. I feel like crying about it sometimes. Yes, I do. It's always been so hard to do, especially when it has come to you. But you're never too far from my mind. I know someday I'll see your smiling face again. I don't know when, but I know it's true. One other thing I know, no matter where we go, you love me and I love you. I can't help but wondering out loud if we would have ever worked things out. I wish I could make amends for anything I might have said back then. Can't help wondering out loud. I feel like missing you today. I ain't letting nobody stand in my way. I'm gonna pull down these shades and play some old song. I'll do that for my mom watches this thing, and hey mom, and then my sister and her kid Meredith, and sometimes Cody if he's not working, and my brother and his kid Etta. Hey Etta, they're watching this. I'm having fun. Thanks y'all for tuning into these. These are not just fun and a way to get out of the house, but you're helping us through this time quite a bit. We ain't gonna forget it now. Oh, look out. Everybody, let's all dance to this one. Come on, Brian. I said, come on, Brian. And then that goddamn kiss-ass and Handelman, vice president of human resources or something, he stood up and made a speech about how we would all have to work even harder now. I thought harder now, harder at what? I would give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I am stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. Oh yeah, I'm looking them over. I can't see no difference. We're making money out of paper, paper out of trees, making so much money we can hardly breathe. You ought to hear the shit that I get from my daughter. She says that she can't stand the sight of the car I bought her. Gonna ruin her life forever, don't ride no ragtop. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break us for the sake of this neighborhood. They need everybody up and down the street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner of sanity and madness, looking them over. Can't see no difference. Making money out of paper, paper out of tree, making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me, they said that it was gonna be practical. I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He is as unimpressed by these plaques in my cubicle as I am secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on this corner, sanity and madness, looking him over. Ooh, Lord, I can't see no difference. I'm making money out of paper, yeah, paper out of trees. Making so much money we can hardly breathe. All right. Now I've got to call that little pecker Mr. Handelman. I drove home from work as mad as I'd ever been, and then I nearly jerked that kid out of a drive-through window. He said, will that be everything? I said, what the fuck would you know? You are looking at a man who's about to buy us get a rag top. What are you driving, some kind of bicycle, you little punk? I'm stuck on the corner, oh yeah. Sanity and madness, oh yeah. Looking him over, oh yeah, nah, I can't see no difference. We're making money out of paper, paper out of tree. Taking so much money we can hardly breathe. We're making money out of paper, paper out of trees. Making so money, all are we making so much money? All are we making so much money we can hardly breathe. Whew! Dolly, I'm hot today. How many of you saw Blue Hawaii? You ever hear that stage banter on the Elvis record? Where he says, somebody's been spreading rumors about me in the paper. If I ever find that son of a bitch, I'm gonna rip off his head and shit down his neck. How many of you saw Blue Hawaii? That's a pretty good outro. Segue. And I think a lot of people cheered. All right, so you know what? But when my buddy Eddie's here, and right when I got here, I didn't know I knew this song. And now I think I'm gonna try it. Because I just love it. One of my favorite songwriters in the whole world is a fella named Ron Wood. You might have heard of him. He plays guitar in Rolling Stone. But also, he wrote It's Only Rock and Roll, But I Like It. All that Faces shit. All that Rod Stewart shit. And then he made a bunch of just finished a record with Jim Keltner that's fucking great. Sweetness Is My Weakness. And then his first record might be called I've Got My Own Album to Do. And when we first started, it's been a long time since I've seen you. You're looking good. I can't begin to tell you how I've missed you. I wish I could, but I like what you're wearing for me, and I would do things for a little bit of your sympathy. We should try to get all right together. But once in a while, let's get ourselves together. But once in a while, we ought to get our shit together. It sure won't hurt you now. It sure won't hurt you now to try. I can't pretend that this could last forever. It never does. But it sure beats talking about the weather. Sure it does. And I like what you're singing for me, but it's better with a little bit of harmony. We ought to try to get ourselves together once in a while, get our shit together once in a while, get our act together. It sure won't hurt you now, sure won't hurt you now to try to ourselves together. But once in a while, get our act together. But once in a while, we should get our shit together. It sure won't hurt you now. It sure won't hurt you now to try. Try. Thank you, Ron Wood, for all those amazing songs. Thank you. I'm gonna leave you with this. I wrote this country song. Remember? This could be my breakthrough. What? It's a smash. I'll play it for you. Ready? Tell me where can a cowboy get a salad? That's it. I mean, why even add to that? Am I wrong? It's a smash. Boom. Tim, Garth, take your time. Tell me slow. Should I stay? When we both know you thought you knew what I was just about to say, but you did not know, and you always think you do. Let me tell you something, baby. I've been looking back over my shoulder. It's not you that I've got to blame. If I could do all this all over, I would do nothing the same. Seemed like the right thing at the time. Lord, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, 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 oh. Well, I try to remember. It helps me to forget. The older I get, the older I get, the more I worry. That the more I worry, the older I'm gonna get. Ain't that about a son of a bitch, I tell you. Some guys can't take no for an answer. Some guys can't even take yes for an answer. I can't say for sure how I ended up here this evening, but if I had to guess, I guess I would give this for an answer. Yeah, I say, seemed like the right thing at the time. Lord, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, oh, oh. When I'm trying to find some kind of way I can cope, I've got to admit, I have to admit that it ain't so much the despair that gets me as it is the hope, you know. There's always hope. When I found myself in control of these car keys, I just naturally assumed that I could drive. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, look out now. Seemed like the right thing at the time. Lord, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, 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 oh. Hey. Oh. Oh, 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 hey, dearly bedraggled, we are gathered together today to help each other through this bullshit. Hallelujah. Hey. Thank you for joining us at this Sunday service. We look forward to doing this when you can come do it with us. And we will see you next Sunday. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Monday Night Podcast, 7 o'clock. Can we roll credits? Yeah, just start rolling them. And I'll stare at the camera really intently. Right? This is killing right now. Thank you. Oh, look, he dropped that expensive guitar. Next week, I'm just gonna hobo home. You chain smoking cigarettes on the airplane. I was waiting right there for you at your gate. I had to pull off the highway just to find a payphone. But when the line was busy, you just had to wait. The day after day go by like nothing is ever gonna change. Just like overnight, it's like it ain't ever gonna be the same. Hitting what you're aiming for, getting what you miss. All we seem to know for sure now is how we can't go on like this day after day. It's just like overnight, day after day. It's just like overnight. It seems like we've been killing time now here forever. Since way back before all this so-called reality hell. I remember when you used to have to walk all the way over just to turn the channel on that goddamn TV. Seems like day after day goes by like nothing is ever gonna change. Just like overnight, it's like it ain't never gonna be the same. Hitting what you're aiming for, getting what you miss. All we seem to know for sure right now is that we can never go on like this, day after day. It's just like overnight, day after day. It's just like overnight. Seems like day after day goes by like nothing's ever gonna change. And just like overnight, it's like it's never gonna be the same. Hitting what you're aiming for, you're forgetting what you miss. All we seem to know for sure now is how it can't go on like this, day after day. Just like overnight, day after day, just like overnight.
Well, thank